Katie Ellsworth here from Lake Country Soccer and Southwest Missouri Rush, and we're talking to Sam Blair, who is a Southwest Missouri Rush coach. Hey, Sam.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, hey, we just wanted to ask you some questions so everybody could get to know you a little bit better. And
Absolutely.
the first question is, how long have you been involved in soccer?
So I have been involved in soccer for approximately 35 years. A lot of that is playing. I started when I was 4 years old. Went through and played a couple years of college soccer at Drury University here in Springfield. Finished at high school at Greenwood, where I actually played with Phelan Johnson, the technical director of Rush. And after my playing days at Drury were over, I then was a co-founder of the Demise PASL team, which was the semi-pro indoor team that played at the Soccer Dome. And then I also worked with the Demise PDL team as well. And after coaching with them, the last few years, my son, who is now 8 years old, obviously got back into or got into soccer with Magic Soccer Club. So I kind of picked up from there and have been coaching on the youth level for the last several years.
Cool. So you had an interesting background. Tell us where you grew up and how that affected you and your love for soccer.
Yeah, I grew up. I was actually born in Germany. It was actually West Germany at the time. But my dad was in the military. He was in the Army, so we moved around quite a bit. So I did get to see a lot of different environments, a lot of different places. So that was good for me. And it's one of those where you get to kind of see all those different aspects of soccer, and you get to bring it in, and kind of it molds you in your way of thinking about soccer and playing tactics and technical things.
Right. Interesting fact, Rush just announced that their headquarters in Europe is in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. That's exactly where I live. So that's perfect.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what made you want to be part of Rush?
So Rush Soccer Club, coming from Magic Soccer Club, I think Rush is going to offer something that Southwest Missouri really needs, with the club atmosphere and kind of being, we're not a Kansas City, we're not a St. Louis, we're kind of right in between there. And I think with Rush's structure, not only for player development but for coaches, I think that is going to bring some organization to this club, and I can only see that assisting, like I said, players in development and coaches in their advancing their coaching knowledge. And when you put those things together, that's only going to be a benefit for all of Southwest Missouri, and especially the players.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the amount of players, 32,000 players that play for Rush throughout the country and the world. And, these systems that everyone is utilizing, and it's proven successful. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what do you feel are the key factors in player development?
Player development, I do truly believe that starts with the player. If you take somebody that may not be that interested in soccer, they just may be coming out to get some exercise, and I recognize at the younger levels that's a great thing. You need to get the young kids out there and see if they see if soccer is something they really like and take to. But as you get older, that player development does start with that individual player. If they're excited about coming to training, if they're excited about working with their teammates, advancing their skills, and that also applies at home. On days that we don't train, they may be in the backyard working on juggling or working on their touches. So if that player has that will and that mindset to advance, that is where it starts. Now, I truly believe that the coach, we don't have as much to do as the player. That it starts with the player, but the coach, when you bring us in, and we can use the programs that Rush has, we can structure our training sessions. We can use different tactics and strategies during games. When we combine that with the player that has that attitude that wants to develop and wants to become better, that's where they can really excel. So again, it's a team effort for player development, but it definitely, as the question was asked, it does start with the player.
Right, right. So what are the strengths that you feel you bring to Southwest Missouri Rush?
I feel one of my strengths as a coach, I do first off have my national D license. Um, I believe that a practice needs to be structured from beginning to end. Um, I actually have all my clocks in my car, in my house, and everywhere set 15 minutes fast. Some people call that Lombardi time, and I'm not that strict with my players, but I do believe, being on time, number one. When we do start a training session with me, it's not the players just out there randomly shooting at the goal, just kind of doing their own thing. We start with a structured practice from the minute the first player arrives. I will actually play one-on-one with that player. When the second player arrives, then they're going to play one-on-one until then maybe two more show up, and now we're playing 4v4. So I believe structure is very important in you have a set goal for the day for a training session, and without that structure, if we're just out there kind of taking 10 minutes for a water break or not paying attention during instruction or during drills, that really doesn't benefit anybody. So sometimes the structure can maybe be a little much, but I believe you have to start with structure in order for everything else to fall in place. So again, I'm very structured in my training sessions from start to end. And the parents might like this. Usually, if a practice were to go from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, again, I start it right at 5:30, and very rarely would I go over 7 o'clock unless there was something that we absolutely need to address. So again, I'm very structured from a time period, and then again with the players during the training session.
Well, great. Well, I really, really appreciate you meeting with me and talking with me and going over these questions. And I can't wait till we all get out there on the fields together.
Absolutely. I can't wait as well. And Katie, I appreciate the time, and really looking forward to working with all the players and coaches at Rush.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam.
All right. Thanks, Katie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.